If you've been overweight for over a year and are embarrassed to take off your shirt in public, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can lose the weight this time. You don't need to be barely eating anything. You don't need to do 2+ hours of cardio. But if you don't take action today, keep doing random workouts and hope that somehow you magically lose the weight, you are going to stay this way for the rest of your life. I've lost over 120 pounds and did it all wrong at first. So today I'm going to break down the method that actually works into 4 simple steps. Step 1 is kill the motivation myth. Let's be real, you do not have a motivation issue. I know for a fact you have been motivated plenty of different times. You know that Sunday night feeling where you're like, all right, this time's different. I'm gonna lose the weight. I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm gonna do my cardio. And I'm actually gonna hit my goal this time. Then what happens to you? You stay consistent for a day, maybe 2, maybe even a month. But one day, you suddenly feel too tired to actually go to the gym. Work's draining, someone pisses you off, the cravings start to kick in, and then boom, you binge a skipped workout and you tell yourself, I'll start next Monday or tomorrow. Now you're back in the same loop you've been in for months. So here's why the motivation will fail you every single time. Your motivation is just an emotion. It's not stable. The second that something comes your way that throws you off track, you just fall back into your old habits. When I was 270 pounds, I used to hype myself up every Sunday like it was some kind of Fortnite event. I would plan every single thing in my notes app, slash my calories in half, go 0 carb, drink lemon water, you name it, bro. By the next day, I was in bed binging to my heart's content. And I absolutely hated myself for this because I would always say things would be different, but they never changed. Why? Because I had no system and was relying purely on motivation. But here is what changed everything. No, it wasn't more motivation. It wasn't some perfect plan on YouTube. It was when I stopped trying to go 100% in when I could barely give 5. I started building structure that I could actually follow even if my life wasn't perfect. I made it simple so I could not fail. Preset meals that I actually enjoyed, lifting 3 to 4 times a week without burning out, sleep targets I could actually hit without thinking about it. Most importantly, accountability, so I had no choice but to follow through. If you're watching this and you've been stuck, it's not entirely your fault. You need to switch to something that actually works for you. Now, step 2 is following a system, and here is proof that it works. I get it, you've probably heard stuff like this before, but let me show you what my system does in real life. This is Kai. Kai was 22 years old, working 12-hour days. He didn't have time, he didn't have energy, and he kept making the same excuses you make. He kept trying random workouts, random diets, but he always fell back into the same cycle. By the time he came to me, he felt like nothing was gonna work for him. He was overweight, tired all the time, and hated taking photos. Yet after he reached out to me, in 15 months, we got him down 81 pounds. He did this by being consistent with the right structure. His workouts were built around his work schedule, 3 to 4 times a week, no more than 45 minutes to an hour. His meals were food he actually enjoyed, simple and high protein. We tracked his steps, didn't obsess over cardio, adjusted his plan as his body changed, had our weekly check-ins and texted daily just to make sure he stayed accountable, and we stayed locked in even when it got difficult. That's what most people are missing. Not more information, but a system that actually fits their life. So if you've been watching this thinking, yeah, my life's too busy, oh, I've messed up before, I don't think I can do it, you sound just like Kai before we started. So if working with me one-on-one to actually hit your goals is something you're interested in, book a call with me using the link in the description and we'll go from there. Now, step 3 is to find a diet you can actually stick to. So you need to be in a calorie deficit. If you don't know how to actually be in a calorie deficit, here's what you got to do. Search up TDE calculator online, fill in the information accurately, do not lie. For example, if you're unsure if you're active or sedentary, just do sedentary. Now, once you fill that out, it's going to tell you how many calories your body burns without doing anything. That's your maintenance calories. So from there, subtract 200 to 500 calories and boom, you're in a deficit. Now, when you're in a deficit, if you're always starving, your meals kind of suck. So you need to prioritize low calorie, high volume, high protein foods. Now, make sure when you are in a deficit, do not slash your calories too drastically. 1, it's unsustainable, and 2, if you do things wrong, you are just going to end up skinny fat. Now, the reason this method works is because it's built for life. You can go out and still hit your numbers. You're not starving to yourself for the point you have to binge. A proper deficit is not supposed to ruin your day. It's supposed to fit in it easily. Now, the 4th step you need to do is train to build muscle, not just burn calories. When I went from 270 to 170, I barely touched any weights. Everyone said I lost so much weight, but I still didn't like how I looked without my shirt on. But the second I started lifting, everything changed. Not overnight, but over a few months, I started to build more muscle. My chest started forming, my arms filled out. That's when I started feeling like I was actually building something I could be proud of. Now, why does lifting beat cardio long term? When you look at lifting, you're not focused on burning calories. The main intent and actual function is that it preserves and builds lean muscle mass. Now, muscle is metabolically active, meaning the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn doing absolutely nothing. Fat loss is not just about the numbers on the scale. It's about actually building a strong foundation. If you don't lift while losing fat, you will never get that lean aesthetic look you actually want. So focus on this. Train 3 to 4 times a week. Make sure to track your strength, so this means progressively overloading, and focus on the quality of your movement. You're not not lifting to get tired, you're lifting to actually build muscle. So those are the 4 steps that I wish someone drilled into me when I was first starting. Apply these, and within 6 months, I promise you, you will become unrecognizable. Stop chasing motivation, eat like a man with a plan, and lift with intent. If you're struggling to lose weight, let me know in the comments what video you want to see next that would help you the most. And if this time you're actually trying to lose the weight, hit subscribe because I make videos that actually help you get closer and closer to hitting your dream physique.